There are just 5 games left to decide the destination of the Scottish League Championship. Rangers have a 7-point lead, but look to be staggering rather than swaggering towards a 9th successive title. While Bobby Williamson's had plenty to applaud of late, his Kilmarnock side, a blend of youth and experience, have won their last 4 League and Cup games. The form guide shows why the Dons have slipped back. They are the only team in the relegation fight to have failed to pick up a recent win. Kilmarnock have had 3 victories back-to-back, while the wins for Hibernian have eased their fears slightly. Just a few weeks ago, Wraith Rovers closed to within a point of Kilmarnock, Soren Anderson's goal setting up a 2-1 win. Their hopes were boosted by that, but the reality is that they haven't been out of the bottom 2 all season and have only been off the foot for 2 short spells. They've won just 6 times in 31 matches and never really recovered from losing their first 5 games.
A very, very tough bottom in the league. It's been hard for all the teams. Nobody's been isolated at any stage. Wraith looked as if in the early part of the season they might just fall adrift, but they came back with a good run and they played some good football. Ian Munro took over and they haven't looked like a doomed team at any stage, but they've got themselves just that bit enough behind now to make it really hard. 5 games remaining, falling 6 points behind. It's all very well to look at getting 3 or 4 wins in when you're near the top of the league and you have to go for a championship, but when you're at the bottom and wins are hard to come by, then even just to win 2 to catch up your nearest team out of 5 is very, very tall order, I think, and I would say now that Wraith are definitely going to go down.
I think Ian Munro has done a really good job. I like the way he tries to play. Good passing game. Brought in a few of the Scandinavian guys who have done okay. But I think it gets to the stage now where you really need a few fighters, and I don't think they had the battling qualities they had maybe a season ago. So I think that's why you would maybe look upon them now as being doomed in a way. So, the prospects of catching Motherwell at this time look very difficult indeed. I mean, 2 victories to get back. Motherwell are struggling to get any sort of goal-scoring ploy going. But I think Wraith are doomed at the moment.
Season for Kilmarnock, one which has seen them top of the table in August and bottom by December. They've still got home matches with Hearts, Hibernian and Aberdeen, and trips to Celtic and Dunfermline. Alec Totten was sacked just before Christmas, but one of his signings, Paul Wright, has provided the goals which could yet save Kilmarnock. Under Bobby Williamson, they approached this game against Celtic just 1 point off the foot. But one of Williamson's young prodigies, Alec Burke, clinched victory near the end. Killie pulled off another important win days later, when Wright's 14th goal of the season was enough to see off Motherwell. But there was an even bigger win to come.
Charlie Miller's found space in midfield. Careless pass. Another unforced error by Rangers. That's good play by Kerr. Change of pace beat Charlie Miller. Now a chance for McIntyre. He scored for Kilmarnock. A defensive lapse from Rangers. Durant did well. So did McCoist. Here's Loudrop away from Montgomery. Good play by Loudrop. Jury for Rangers. Fitzgerald couldn't control it. Back with McGowan. Here's Wright. Playing it over the top of Bjorkland, but he's one of the quickest players in the defence. That's a clear-cut penalty kick. Jim McIntyre brought down by Andy Dibble. And Paul Wright has this opportunity on the penalty spot. He scored 4 out of 5 so far this season. It's 5 out of 6 for Wright. Kilmarnock take the lead. Bobby Williamson looking on, perhaps in charge of his team's best ever performance.
Kilmarnock are flying right now. The introduction of youngsters Burke and David Bagan has provided a lift, and they've got a cup semi-final to look forward to against Dundee United.
The young players who might not have got a chance, other than the fact that Bobby Williamson knew what they could do. If another manager had come to the club at the time when Alec Totten left, he might not have been as willing to bring them in because he would want to assess them over a longer period. Bobby knew them, threw them in, and they've been a success. Even young Con Meldrum, the goalkeeper coming back in, has done a good job and kept Lekovic out there. But the 2 young, Bagan and Burke, the young wingers for the club, have done a fantastic job, and that seems to have kick-started the strikers Wright and McIntyre as well, who now are finding the net on a regular basis. So Kilmarnock have got a good attacking setup, and it's a case of, at this stage of the season, you need to be scoring goals and be confident that you can get goals, and I think that is the difference between Kilmarnock and the other two sides who are down there.
The way that Kilmarnock play, I think, the style that we all know, when Kilmarnock are playing well, it's usually two wide men, and they've got that. OK, and Bagan and Burke are very young guys. Burke in particular, very exciting player, very direct, like to take people on. But the service then that McIntyre, who they were using in a wide position earlier in the season, couldn't score goals. Suddenly they can throw him back in the middle. The service comes and the confidence is up because they're starting to score and get the service. It's been a big help for them. But I think there's a more togetherness about Kilmarnock. They've been pretty solid again at the back. With Ray Montgomery in particular being quite impressive when they need it. He's been there before, seen the pressure situations, came through it again, and that was under Tommy Burns' influence. So, you know, they've done it many times, Kilmarnock came through it, and they look as if they're prepared for the fight.
Speculation that Kilmarnock are holding on to find out Tommy Burns' position. Still no confirmation that Bobby Williamson is to get the job, despite a great run of results. Chairman Ronnie Hamilton defended his club for not rubber-stamping Williamson's appointment by saying the position remains as it always has, that Bobby is in charge until June.
The last time the Babes in Blue walked out to face Austria, they ended up on the wrong end of a 4-0 hiding last year in their opening game in this group. But having scored 4 themselves against Estonia on Friday, confidence was high this time around, and a crowd of just over 4,000 were hoping for another 3 points. The Austrians, however, were an altogether tougher proposition, although the early signs were good for Scotland. Striker Jim Hamilton almost latching on to Alex Burke's cross. But the first real goal threat came at the other end in the shape of this magnificent free kick from possibly the most dangerous player on the park. Marcus Weissenberger, extremely unlucky not to find the back of the net. And it was his quick corner a few minutes later which led to the opening goal, powerfully supplied by René Aukhauser. No surprise at all that the visitors struck first. Back came Scotland immediately and almost found a spectacular reply through some quick thinking by St Mirren's Ricky Gillis. But a few daft moments in defence were to cost the young Scots dearly. A scuffed clearance by Colin Meldrum was then compounded by his own unfortunate defender, Stuart McCluskey, to gift the Austrians their crucial second goal a few minutes before half-time. Hard though Scotland tried in the second half, there was no real guile or craft about their play, as manager Tommy Craig complained afterwards. Their best move of the match did give the fans something to cheer. Lee McCullough's layoff expertly converted by Jim Hamilton. No equaliser came, leaving all the points to the Austrians.